much, Krupa ma'am. Thank you, Alison, for this wonderful opportunity of sharing. Atma Namaste to all the lovely participants here. It's indeed a pleasure to be able to share the wonderful experiences of pranic healing with all of you today. I used to work in a law firm back until 2016. Recently, I got a message, a WhatsApp message from one of my colleagues in the law firm. She was surprised as to what made me take up pranic healing as a profession. And when I read her message, she's into astrology, so she's all into charts and understanding the permutations. So she messaged me, could you share your birth details so that I can see? You being such a brilliant lawyer chose to go to pranic healing. Was pranic healing there in your charts or did it happen on its own? I messaged her my birth details, but in this very moment, when she messaged, a lot happened in my mind. Allow me to take you to that journey which happened in my mind in those few minutes. I was working in a law firm, happy, satisfied, climbing up the corporate ladder, full dedication, full devotion, high dreams, high goals. My husband got a relocation offer to move to Japan. That's how we went to Japan in 2016. 4 years of marriage, we were enjoying our life, 100% freedom. That's me. This is my husband. And in Japan, when I moved, I faced a lot of challenges where language was a big impediment. So many rejections, so many failures, so many disapprovals tried to knock me off. And I was finding my way. I was a lost person as to where is my plan, where is my purpose. And I did not give up. I took up teaching as my profession in Japan. Started teaching the kids. Then I was not satisfied because I always loved growth. I was very passionate. Took up teaching English as English for young kids, for adults. Went up to business English as a trainer to corporations in Japan. One day in L'Oreal, I was teaching negotiation skills as a trainer, and I got a feedback that I don't know what happened there. I don't know what happened there, but they told me that your services would no longer be required. And I was a person who used to work hard for the thing that I contributed, like very dearly. I always operated from the heart. And this really came as a big blow to me, and I was disappointed, I was shattered, because I did not see any problem, but I don't know what was wrong there. I came back and we gave birth to our daughter, little Meera. When I got to know, I was very happy, like every would-be mother. 9 months later, we gave birth to a beautiful daughter, Meera. Little did I know, I was holding so much into me, which I did not know. With her birth, my inner childhood traumas resurfaced. And I was suppressing those for whole of my life, but with her birth, it was not an escape. I didn't know this, and I didn't know what was going on with me, because recently I read a post that after a woman gives a birth to a child, it takes from 18 months to 2 years for the woman to feel normal again. I totally agree with that. I lost it completely, not because I had given birth to a daughter, but because my own childhood traumas resurfaced, showing me so many glimpses, so many visions, which were so difficult to understand. I was struggling to recognize myself. I was struggling to accept the new me. I was struggling to accept the new role that I was asked to step in. I was struggling to be in the present moment. I was struggling to see any faults in my own attitude. I lost my dignity. I lost my identity by losing my job. I lost my dignity by falling into the traps of my mind, by being sinful, by thinking sinful, by creating sinful actions, in delusions, in misunderstandings, in doubts. I own all of that proudly today. I lost my dignity, I lost my identity, I lost the self-esteem, I lost my self-worth. The harmful loss that happened was the loss of love in my heart, because I thrived on love. And I don't know if I would be able to explain this in words. When you are in a dark space where the evil forces, where you are totally in the hands of those evil forces and you don't know how to come back, your only resort is your hope. It's like that branch of tree which you cannot afford to leave. And I think what I couldn't recognize is my own body. What I couldn't accept was my own body, which was 25 kgs obese then. So I was not just carrying the excess physical weight in my body, I was also carrying a lot of emotional weight. Fortunately, Twin Hearts meditation came to my rescue. My yoga teacher introduced me to Twin Hearts back in Japan. I loved it. In my first Twin Hearts meditation, I just cried because I was keeping so many emotions in my chakras. And I'm so grateful. One of the Pranic Healers in India messaged me, "Are you going through some emotional pain with your caregivers?" Who? Whoa. A stranger sitting there in India is asking me a question, the answer to which is yes, without knowing a single fact about my life. What is pranic healing? What is this? I want to know more. I want to know more. I want to get more. This desire, this reason got me attracted. I went to India, got a few healings. Fortunately, I was scheduled to travel to India at that time. I got a few healings from her, shed all that weight, the excessive baggage. Of course, the plus point is I started losing physically also. That's the upside. But I was intending to lose my emotional baggage. When she told me, when I saw the magic of pranic healing on myself, the sole reason, the sole inspiration for me to take up pranic healing was, I want to control my own thoughts. I want to control my own emotions. I cannot depend on others to make me feel good. I want to take the ownership here. This inspiration attracted me to pranic healing. I took up the first level course in India, in Mumbai. I know that I was sent to India to take up pranic healing that time. It's a fact, and it's a feeling I know here. God wanted me to go through that pain to show me what power lies beyond within me, and to recognize that power, to gain back that power, to gain back that control, which every one of us here has deep within us. We may not know how much yet, because we are not witnessing the pain that much yet. I took 1 class, 2 class, 3 class, and this is a picture of the advanced pranic class. I was begging my husband, please come late so that I can finish up my arhatic prep back in April. And he was like, we're staying away for 6 months and you still want me to come late? I was like, yeah, you don't know the journey. You don't know the journey. If you can please come late. I asked Master, I requested Master, and he fulfilled my desire. I completed my arhatic in April 2022. Coming back to Japan, again, another blow. Not a blow, I would say another surprise. We are moving to US. And by that time, I was so much attracted to pranic healing that I wanted to spread Twin Hearts meditation. I was such a die-hard fan of Twin Hearts. And coming to the United States, I was again bogged down with a lot of challenges, with a lot of struggles. But again, as you know, it has to go tough for you. You have to go to your worst for you to surrender completely and trust completely. January, I decided I was unsure what's happening. The pain, the emotional turmoil going on within me was not, it started leaking out through my emotions. It interspersed into my physical body. As you will learn in this class, everything happens in the energy body first, and then it goes into your physical body. A midnight emergency in Tokyo revealed that I had gallstones in my gallbladder. The pain was so severe that I was finding it difficult to breathe. With my little toddler and only husband in Tokyo, I didn't know what's going to happen. I was sitting in the hospital, sent my husband back home, my daughter back home. Please go take care of her. I'll be here. It's midnight, 5 o'clock. Doctor's coming with the report. You have a few gallstones in your gallbladder, and I'm Googling what is the reason for gallstones in your gallbladder. Anger it is. Anger it is. And I was storing a lot of anger in my liver, in my gallbladder. They told me to go for surgery immediately. A voice inside me told me, wait, do pranic healing on yourself. Went back home. We were in Manhattan, temporarily staying there. I did 2 pranic healings on myself. Just removed the anger energies from my liver and gallbladder. Next Tuesday, I was supposed to get a fresh MRI from Manhattan Specialty Care. The doctor walks in the door and she holds a result in my hand. She asks me, are you sure back then in Tokyo you had gallstones? I was like, yeah, doctor, I showed you the reports. She says, I don't see any here. That was the period which decided that I'm gonna take pranic healing professionally. If I can heal myself, I can heal others, because we are all the same. Physically, this was the benefit. If I talk about the mental benefit that pranic healing has done, back in India, my parents told me, you are the loveliest daughter. It was taken away. Those words were taken away. In Tokyo, in Mumbai, my senior partner in law firm told me, you are an excellent lawyer. That identity was taken away. In Tokyo, my school principal told me, you are a passionate teacher. That identity also left me when I moved, when I was taken off that position. The corporations in Tokyo, Skytree, Jiffa, and other corporations told me, you are a marvelous trainer. Even that identity left me. Pranic healing told me, you are a child of God. And this identity, nobody is going to take away from me. My problem, I was too attached to my identity on the outside. And till the time I was attached to that identity, those identities played with me, got hold of me, ripped me apart, left me halfway, undone, abandoned, till the time I decided that I refuse to give you power. And this power came with pranic healing. This identity shifted my perception, the choices I made, and the journey I chose to walk. I don't regret anything in my life today. I owe all my faults. I owe my wrong attitude. I owe the mistakes that I made. I owe the pain that came to me, because all of that made me the person I was meant to be. I don't know where my path is going to lead me in the future, but I've started to walk with trust and surrender more than ever. And if you are in any doubts, in any confusion, if you're trying to overanalyze, if you're trying to think, people don't respect pranic healing, people don't know pranic healing, how am I going to convince them? That's not your job. Your job is to trust yourself, trust your power, believe in yourself unconditionally. I was not loving myself unconditionally. My biggest lesson was to love yourself unconditionally. And from the time I've started doing that, I don't know, maybe Master does not want me to play the other slides, I guess, because the other slides are the testimonials. When we start loving unconditionally, when we connect with the other human, on that level of oneness, magic appears right in front of your eyes. That was a case where before healing, a person mentioned that my daughter is not eating. I'm trying to feed her, but she's not eating. Just 2 hours after healing, she messaged that she just had sufficient rice. And this is just one. There are multiple others which Master, if he prefers to give the healing and he's choosing the channels to offer that healing. Today I'm so grateful to be here, and I just ask one thing from Master, to give us all the courage, the purity and the humility to be able to absorb and assimilate his blessings. Thank you.